Let's find out if Aaron Pryor has arrived yet. Let's go back to Cleveland and Tim Ryan. Tim?
Well, Brent, we can tell you this. He is in the building. There will be a fight unless he's changed his mind. But this is an undue delay. It does not do credit to Aaron Pryor or his handlers if that's where the fault lies. He should be in here. It's not fair to the opponent or the public awaiting it here both in the hall and on television. But one thing about Aaron, when he gets here, he usually gets started in a real hurry, Gil. This style of Pryor's has become one of the most exciting events in boxing. He comes out like a windmill.
Well, he has before, Tim, but again, he told us this time he's going to go in there and he's going to counterpunch and box. And he said he's going to try some tricks. I think the only trick that he should try is to hit the other guy on the chin. That's what he does best.
26 knockouts in 28 victories. He is unbeaten, as is Johnson. So unless there is the unusual event of a draw, we will have one of these fighters suffering its first defeat this afternoon here in Cleveland's public auditorium. One thing that's interesting about Aaron Pryor, he's at 140 pounds, Ray. He was a lightweight who couldn't get a fight. Nobody would touch him, and he finally decided the only chance he had to be anybody as a pro was to move out of that weight, move up 5 pounds to 140, and of course he went on to win the title rather easily from the great Cervantes. Now he's talking about going up another 5 pounds. Actually, if he had to go all the way to the limit of your welterweight, that would be 147. What do you think about him in terms of his physical ability to do that?
Well, he has so much power to him. He's capable of knocking anyone out. We'll sit back. He knows my phone number. I'll wait his call.
Very good. He knows your phone number. All right. Well, we've got an opportunity for a commercial message, but we can tell you this. The champion is indeed coming into the ring and brandishing his belt as one of his handlers along the way. So we'll be back with round one here in a moment. All right, there is the champion, WBA at 140 pounds, Aaron Pryor. The announcer, Mike Lewis, will be introducing the fighters quickly and very shortly. And there's Pryor taking a little swipe at Dujuan Johnson as Dujuan was out there shadow boxing. Johnson just laughing, and they're having a show here before they've even had the instructions. They would be better served by everybody if their handlers would get them calmed down and just get this thing underway.
Yeah, sure would, Tim. I've seen accidents happen when guys fool around like that. We may have a fight before a fight and won't have the real fight.
Well, one would also hope that we'll get it in before we have to go off the air here today. The referee was appointed by the Cleveland Commission with the acceptance of the World Boxing Association. His name is Jack Keogh. Judging will be done by 3 judges at ringside, appointed by the WBA. Referee Keogh being introduced. As the fighters are being introduced, you get a chance to see the differences physically between these two fighters. Johnson a couple of inches taller, a little more than 2 inches taller, and consequently also a longer reach advantage. The experience, an age factor to Aaron Pryor, defending his title for now the 3rd time. Johnson going into his 18th professional fight, battling for this WBA junior welterweight crown. Pryor being introduced. The judges at ringside: Richard Murray from Atco, New Jersey, Vincent Rainotti from New York City, Albert Tremonti from Chicago. Well, the sight continues here. We're a little cool at ringside, and you were surprised that, Ray, that Johnson didn't warm up a little more just to keep himself warm while he was waiting in there.
Very surprised, Tim, because he's still, I'm quite sure he has enough experience to know that a fight can get cold very easy, especially waiting.
And in this cold building, because it's cold in here.
Johnson has shown absolutely no sign of nerves, however. He looks very calm, very relaxed, and confident. We're going to have some action here. Finally, the bell for round one, and it's Johnson who came running out in a hurry, but not with any serious intention. And here's Aaron Pryor doing something unusual for him, just testing out his legs.
Well, both men have to be very careful because they both carry big punches in both hands.
On Pryor's trunks, an emblem of a hawk, a nickname he favors. And Dujuan Johnson, known in Detroit circles around the trunk as Mr. Excitement.
The way Pryor's moving around the ring, I've never seen this before. I think he's trying to warm himself up. This could be the case here.
Well, Johnson goes to the attack and lands a combination to the head of Pryor. Gets a smile back from the champion.
You may see an early knockdown, Tim.
There it is right there. Johnson. And Ray Leonard called that literally a second before now. Pryor saying, I'm fine, gets right up and goes after Dujuan Johnson, and that's what we expected too.
Remember, Tim, they were both going to box. Both guys were going to box. Now look what they're doing. As soon as he got hit.
You know, Aaron Pryor is going to risk getting knocked out if he can avoid it, and the only way to do that is to go after his opponent.
Pryor punches off balance. Dujuan Johnson is much more of a technician. I think he has better balance, and Pryor may go down again.
Dujuan Johnson with Pryor to the ropes, and now Aaron ties him up.
Now, Dujuan should stay on top of Pryor now. Pryor still is a little dazed. Head is not clear. Dujuan should take advantage of this opportunity because it might not come again.
There he goes. He was hurt badly by that left hook.
Solid left hook from Johnson. He just missed with that one and another.
Pryor's hand should be up at this moment because he's vulnerable for a left hook.
Now it's Pryor on the attack, scoring a combination to the head of Johnson. If this is the slugfest we expected, and the crowd responding. I'd like to alert our stations along the line. There'll be a 30-second station break at the end of this round number one.
Well, Johnson's in trouble now. He blew an opportunity, and Pryor, being such a very strong puncher, he's going to see a lot of damage down there.
Johnson has looked over at our broadcast position twice as to indicate that, hey, fellas, this is just what we expected, isn't it? He's the one who said he didn't expect someone to be standing longer than 4 rounds. A big right hand from Pryor landed.
Oh, Tim, all the tricks in boxing went out the business. They're both throwing those bombs.
Less than 30 seconds to go, round one.
If I was a second, I'd like to get my fighter back in the corner, no matter which one it is, and calm him down.
20-year-old Dujuan Johnson. Final seconds of round one. CBS Sports Saturday continues after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
We're awaiting round number 2, scheduled for 15, and it is highly unlikely it will go that far. The champion in white, the challenger in red, Dujuan Johnson. He looks older. He's only 20, from Detroit, Michigan. And now Pryor comes out with his famous fury. But Johnson standing there going toe-to-toe with him, and he wobbled him with a body punch, and another one. Pryor clowning around, but I think he was hurt by those shots, Ray.
Those shots I heard. I think both men are rocking each other. The problem they have here, Tim, is both of them trying to upstage the other.
Pryor thinks he's invincible. He doesn't think that he can get knocked out. He has more confidence in himself. Even when he's on the floor, he can't wait to get up to get at the other fella.
Still, he's always been this way, even as an amateur. Pryor always had that showmanship in him. And here he can't afford to show.
That's absolutely right, Ray. Anybody can get knocked out if they get hit right, and this Johnson can punch.
They are both unbeaten. Pryor on a streak of 20 consecutive knockouts. Johnson with 13 KOs in his 17 wins. Again, we'd like to alert our stations along the line. Another 30-second station break coming up at the end of round 2. Thomas Hearns looking on from the corner. His stablemate of the Kronk Gym in Detroit, Dujuan Johnson, is very much in this scrap, having knocked down the champion in round 1. Good uppercut from Pryor to left hook back.
Well, in Detroit, they call Johnson Mr. Excitement, and boy, he sure is.
Well, both men start out as very fast-paced and landing big punches. If this one goes down now, I think it's from fatigue.
Well, again now, stations along the line. I'm going to be your commercial coordinator here. We're not going to a station break at the end of round 2. We're going to stay here in Cleveland at the end of the second round.
I mentioned if any edge Pryor would have, it's in maneuverability. He manages to step to the side, and then he nailed Johnson with a good punch. He's all over the place, Pryor. He's never in front of you.
Now, Pryor should show some experience. He has the experience. He should use it instead of just using brute strength.
Well, a taller Johnson has shown his strength in that last exchange as he kind of tied up Pryor and leaned on him.
Well, he landed a couple of pretty good left hooks, too, Tim.
Well, you commented Pryor throws punches from all angles.
This is the Golden Gloves final fight. Ray, that's what it looks like.
I like to see one of them go to the body. I think it'll be so much effective.
Well, Johnson has dug in a couple of pretty good left hooks underneath, Ray. But he isn't doing it now, and he's standing straight up, which could be fatal.
Under 30 seconds to go in round 2.
I'm looking for Pryor to throw an overhand right because Dujuan Johnson, he dropped that left hand, and he could be asking for trouble.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy, Tim Ryan live in Cleveland for an action-packed junior welterweight title bout. Exactly what we anticipated. A reminder again to the stations, we are not going to a station break. That's the end of round number 2. We're going to go back and show you the down punch from Dujuan Johnson that came in round number 1, startling the champion, but he was up immediately as he was against Cervantes.
Well, here you see it, a right hand straight down the pipe, and he caught Pryor coming in. You can't get hit harder than that, Tim. And Pryor was right up and dancing in 1 second. Look at the way he went down.
And immediately up.
Immediately. He is something else.
Looking into the corners, you see Panama Lewis exhorting his champion, perhaps telling him to be, hey, a little bit more careful. Don't keep sticking your chin out there to get hit. Move your head, move your body. Emmanuel Stewart working in the corner of Dujuan Johnson. We're in the champion's corner at the moment. Aaron Pryor ready for round number 3. The challenger in red, Dujuan Johnson. The champion, Aaron Pryor in white. Johnson from Detroit. Pryor from Cincinnati. That's the first legitimate jab we've seen either fighter throw and land since the fight started.
Well, he's beginning to settle down more now. He should have did this the very first round because that very first round is so critical because you don't know what's going to happen.
Referee is Jack Keogh of Cleveland. Stations along the line have been waiting for this information. I know, yes, we're going to go to a station break. They tell us here at the end of this 3rd round. Pace has finally slowed somewhat.
Dujuan seems to be waiting for one big punch.
Very, very low blow by Dujuan Johnson, but the referee's backwards to the punch.
Good right hand from Dujuan Johnson.
Pryor's dazed now. And again, Dujuan Johnson should take advantage of this opportunity because it's very difficult to hurt Aaron Pryor.
Right from Pryor, left from Johnson.
The big difference I see between these two fellas is that Pryor is so maneuverable. He can go from side to side, and he elevates the head and he lowers the head. Johnson is always straight up. He's always there. You can close your eyes and hit him.
If you notice, both fighters, they hesitate from time to time. Now there is mutual respect now because they've both been hit by dynamite punches.
Well, they sure have.
Sugar Ray Leonard with Gil Clancy, Tim Ryan live at ringside. WBA Junior Welterweight Championship, 140 pounds.
Big right hand by Pryor.
But he was wobbled on a counter punch and then lost his balance and is quick to tell everybody he's all right. Sneaky right-hand lead by Pryor landed. Under a minute to go, round 3.
When Pryor throws that right hand, if he comes back with the left hook, it will land. Because what happened, Johnson drops that right hand.
Good right hand by Johnson, backed up the champion.
Now Pryor's really hurt now.
This time he's really hurt.
Johnson has the champion in trouble, but Pryor counter-punching back, perhaps by instinct. We'll see how fresh he is momentarily. Less than 30 seconds to go. Round 3.
He's moving to try to clear his head.
Yes, he is, Ray. He knows he's in trouble.
Well, he should continue, Gil, because he needs to clear his head now. He's still a little dazed.
Right hand from Pryor landed, but Johnson was not hurt by it. CBS Sports Saturday continues after this word from your local stations.
This is CBS.
Round number 4. Panama Lewis appeared to be asking his charge, are you all right? Aaron doing a lot of chin shaking and indicating that he is okay. That knockout percentage could work against him today.
Well, Tim, I sense a knockout in the making, an upset in the making.
Dujuan Johnson, the challenger in red, 20 years of age from Detroit, Michigan.
But we can't count Pryor out because Pryor has power in both hands, whereas he's capable of putting a man out with the right hand.
What a straight right hand by Johnson over Pryor's left hand. Couldn't have hit him harder. Right on the button.
Well, one question I think has been answered. Pryor can take a punch even if he's the victim of a knockout ultimately in this fight. Now, he has taken some raps that would have finished some other guys by now.
Johnson is a sharpshooter. His punches are straight and very effective.
Well, he said that he was going to go right down the middle. He said he was going to throw all his punches right down the middle and let Pryor
There's
throw
another
those
big right
punches.
hand. That wobbled Pryor, Gil.
Yes, it did.
You notice the way Johnson pushed Pryor. That means he has more power left.
He hasn't shaken Pryor's confidence yet, though. That's the amazing thing. Well, Pryor believes in himself.
Always, Gil.
Welterweight champion Sugar Ray Leonard with Gil Clancy. Here at ringside, Cleveland, Ohio. Round number 4.
Another thing that could be a factor here, neither one of these fighters has spent too many rounds in the ring because of all of their knockouts.
Another big right hand and a second one by Johnson.
The point I'm trying to make is if this fight gets into the 7th or 8th round, they both may be dead tired. It may look like a slow-motion fight. They're letting it all hang out now, and they can't do that for 15 rounds.
But I know Pryor can knock you out even when he's tired. I've never seen Dujuan Johnson really go the distance of knocking an opponent out.
Left hook landed from Johnson.
Johnson's winging now. He's trying to punch a little too hard.
Under a minute to go, round 4.
Johnson can't afford to keep winging shots, especially missing with a guy like Aaron Pryor. Although most of his punches are landing.
Been a good round thus far for the challenger. He scored a knockdown in the first round.
Now we see Pryor using his experience.
Under 30 seconds, round 4. Good punching inside from Pryor.
Those short punches are effective.
Final seconds, round number 4. What a war. Larry Holmes, WBC heavyweight champion at ringside. He knows about possible upsets. He had to get off the floor against Snipes last week to hold on to his crown. Dujuan Johnson, the challenger here in round number 5 in the red trunks, Pryor and white.
Tim, Johnson has had Pryor hurt 3 or 4 times and let him get off the hook. If Aaron hurts Johnson, he's not going to get off the hook because Pryor is one of the best finishers I've ever seen in boxing once he really gets you hurt.
Other than me, Gil.
Well, the present company except.
He said one of the best finishers. Pryor landed a good right hand to Johnson in that exchange. That is a good point, Gil, and I know, Ray, you know the importance of it because, indeed, you know how to do it. What is that? Is that an instinct, or how do you deal with it when you know you got a guy hurt and you got to finish him?
Well, you take your time and you put your punches together. And this is the key. I'm quite sure it's like Gil said. Once Pryor hurt Johnson, if he hurts Johnson bad, the fight will end.
We're in the 5th round, scheduled for 15. Johnson, if you joined us late, had Pryor down in round 1.
All right, that right hand was an example. When Johnson had Pryor hurt, instead of throwing correct punches, he started to wing and he started to miss. You have to keep your cool when you have a guy hurt and then just professionally put him away. Correct, Ray?
Yes, now Pryor's taking pop shots now. He's picking the shots, and eventually he's going to start putting his punches together. He'll start doing combinations.
Pryor landed a right hand lead. Johnson just goes toe-to-toe with him. Now Pryor with a good combination backs up Johnson to the ropes. Johnson avoiding the rest of that exchange pretty well.
Beautiful head movement on the ropes by Johnson. He got hit with a couple, but Pryor expended a lot of energy.
One thing you should watch is the fact that Johnson throws 1, 2 punches. Pryor throws combination. He throws a series of punches.
Punches are much shorter than Johnson's.
Under a minute to go in the 5th round of this slugfest. Fighters working right above us near the corner of the champion Pryor.
Johnson wants the right hand.
But now they're coming from too far out.
Pryor complained earlier about a headbutt, and I think that's a slight abrasion on his right eye.
This landed an overhand right. Didn't seem to move Johnson.
The little short punches are far the more effective punches by Pryor.
Home run ball tried there by Johnson. He missed it. Final seconds of round number 5. I'm frankly surprised it's gone this far. Good right hand. Just been told Missouri leading Oklahoma 19-7. And of course you'll get the complete scoring update from Brent Musburger later in our program here on Sports Saturday. This is round 6 of a tremendous battle thus far. Dujuan Johnson, the challenger in red. The junior welterweight champion Aaron Pryor in white.
Pryor is trying to wing, excuse me, Johnson's trying to wing, and Pryor's throwing those short punches. That's the difference now. Pryor is starting to get up on top.
Well, if the scorecard ever matters, the way we see it, Johnson is handily in front. Indeed, we gave Pryor his first round back in the preceding round number 5. But I'm still doubtful this thing is going to go the distance the way they're throwing it.
I haven't found one expert that we ran into, Tim, that said it was. Everybody predicted a knockout in this fight. They said it was a referee's fight. They didn't need the judges.
Now, Pryor always made up. He's ripping the body of Johnson, and he's hurting him with those body shots.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy, and Tim Ryan. We are live at the Public Auditorium in Cleveland, and these fans are really getting their money's worth. Next week, Alexis Arguello, Roberto Elizondo, WBC Lightweight Championship here on CBS Sports Saturday in Las Vegas.
Johnson may be a little onward because he hasn't returned any punches so far, except for a little left jab.
He got nailed with 2 good punches right at the end of the last round, Ray.
They are just standing there toe-to-toe trading those punches. Tremendous stamina and conditioning shown by both of them thus far.
I just saw Johnson took the right hand, and it had nothing behind it. After this point now, Pryor will come on strong.
All right, Ray Leonard sees the tide turning in favor of the champion. Under a minute to go, round 6.
Pryor gripping the body, she's hurting Johnson.
Johnson's going to have to get a second win. If he doesn't get a second win, Ray, it will be over in the next 2 rounds anyhow.
Observe when Johnson throws his punches at this point now. Nothing behind it. Notice the left hook that Johnson just threw. There was nothing behind it. It was an arm punch.
That's exactly right.
No body behind it.
No zip.
Here's when you see Pryor at his best. Inside, especially when the opponent's tired and hurt.
Under 30 seconds to go, round number 6. Johnson throwing them one at a time. Trying to load up for that one big punch. We're into round number 7. The challenger quickly off his stool to the center of the ring. Aaron Pryor hasn't had to go this far since April of 1980 when he went 10 against Leonidas Asprilla, knocking him out in the 10th round. He's had 5 fights since then. The farthest he's gone is 6 against Gaetan Hart. For Dujuan Johnson, it was December 6th of 1980, and that was 6 fights ago since he went more than 4 rounds. Ray, any significance to that?
Not really. I think this fight is going to decide on who's in better shape.
Who do you think is?
Both of them are in great shape.
Johnson, the challenger, has been on the attack early in this 7th round. Gil?
Well, when the bell rang, Pryor went back to that first round strategy of circling around, and he got nailed again the same way he did in the first round. Now he's back flat-footed again.
There has been one knockdown. It came in the first round. Johnson sending the champion to the canvas. He was up immediately.
Pryor has by far the better hand speed, and he puts his punches together better. As you said, Ray, Dujuan loads up on one punch, but when Aaron hits you, he hits you 4 or 5 times.
I'm going to say the same thing, Gil. Pryor punches together quite well.
Oh, big right hand.
Big right hand by Pryor.
Now Johnson, he's in trouble.
Now you watch Pryor. Now you watch a finisher.
Johnson doing pretty well again, bobbing and weaving on the rope, but he is still very wobbly.
And Pryor's non-stop here.
Can't get his hands up, and that's going to be it. The referee, Keogh, steps in, and Aaron Pryor, with startling suddenness in the 7th round, has retained his junior welterweight championship with a knockout victory over the challenger number 2 in the world, Dujuan Johnson. A tremendously exciting slugfest, as expected. A great effort by the challenger, had the champion down in the first round, but as Sugar Ray Leonard and Gil Clancy kept indicating, from about the 5th round on, Pryor was turning the tide, and when he hits you and gets you in trouble, forget it. School's out. There is the champion, Aaron Pryor, successfully defending for the 3rd time. His trainer, Panama Lewis, hoisting him aloft. And Aaron Pryor stopping Dujuan Johnson in the 7th round. Gentlemen.
Well, here you see Pryor coming after him. And there he catches him coming in with that big right hand. And once Pryor hits you like that, you know you're going to be facing a hurricane, and he becomes a hurricane.
Gil, the crowd's a little disturbed from the stopping of the fight. But they have to realize this young man is in the ring against a guy that has so much power and experience.
Look at the way he's throwing those punches, Ray. He must have thrown 30 punches in the few seconds after he has him hurt.
He puts on constant pressure, and he takes full advantage of an opportunity when he hurts his opponent. That overhand right did a lot of damage. And at this point now, Dujuan was stunned and was in trouble the whole time.
Well, as Tim asked you, Ray, is it instinct when you know you have a guy hurt like that? Pryor had hit him hard many times before, but once he senses that he has you hurt, it's all over for you. There's no question about that.
It's experience, but also instinct, because when your opponent is hurt, you must take advantage of it.
One thing about Aaron, he doesn't worry about getting tired, pacing himself, or anything else.
I'm surprised, because he went from first round full steam ahead, and like even the last round, we ended the fight, he still had enough strength to stop the fight.
Well, you know, that suggestion that he had before the fight, he thought he was going to have an easy fight with Dujuan Johnson. He was going to try tricks, and he was going to counterpunch. Okay, let's go back to Brent Musburger in New York.